So here we are in Port Haddock at the Northwest School of Wood and Boat Building. We're going to be taking a tour here. We're going to be checking this out. So it should be a good video. It's a beautiful location. They have a program that will teach you how to build wooden boats.
Like to welcome you to the Northwest School of Wood and Boat Building. I'm Betsy Davis, the Executive Director, and this is a post-secondary trade school where people learn how to build boats and how to become marine technicians. We have about 50 students here right now, and a little over half of them are in the boat building program, a little under half are in the marine systems program. This school is open to anybody who's graduated from high school or has a GED. And sometimes we have 18-year-olds and sometimes we have 83-year-olds. And the primary purpose of this school is to help train people for interesting jobs in the trades, whatever age they come in at. And our boat building program is a year long. People come every day of the week. It's almost like a full-time job. And they get lectures in a room like this. You can see a drawing on the board behind me. That's from the lecture. People are learning the theory of building boats, the parts of the boat, the wood, all the different kinds of joints, how it all goes together. But the bulk of the day is hands-on learning in the shops. And we'll take you down there in a moment. We have some people come here right out of high school. About 3/4 of the people who come have had some other job and realize this is something they want to learn how to do. And the level of motivation is really high here. People are here because they want to be here. And thank goodness they do, because it's a lot of work. What we hear from the students is they are exhausted by the time they go home in the evening. But it's learning by doing. So they're in the shops, they have an instructor who's good in the trade and also a good teacher. So from the get-go, they're learning how to work with wood, learning how to use the tools, learning how to read plans, learning how to measure, learning how to problem solve, learning about the shape and parts of boats, and all of it with their hands and trying to take what they know in their head and make it happen. This school is an excellent place for people to learn how to work with both conceptual ideas and implementing those ideas in the physical world, learning how to problem solve in the physical world. And those skills can apply to a whole range of jobs, boat building certainly, building houses, building instruments, building tiny homes. And some of the folks go into boatyards where they're not even building wooden boats, but they know how shape works and what the components of boats are. And they are often prized by employers because there's this passion to do it right, a passion to learn how to do a job with integrity, with efficiency. We reference that as craftsmanship. We're teaching craftsmanship, and people can apply that to a lot of industries. We love having new students entering the program, and we really want them to know everything we want to answer their questions and let them know realistically what's this going to be like. There are a lot of ways to learn about the school. One great way is to set up a tour with one of our admissions staff. Another, we have a very rich website. And on our website, we have some recordings of virtual open houses where you can you can listen to the instructors talking about their programs, and you can see all the different buildings on the 8-acre campus we have here. You can also come each month. We have a free tour the first Friday of the month. We also have a really in-depth course catalog that's available online. We also have a information booth at the Port Townsend Wooden Boat Festival in September. People can come by and learn more about us. And whether it's by phone or looking on the internet or reading articles about us, it's so important to us that we answer everybody's questions. The only requirement is a high school degree or GED equivalent. We don't require any particular knowledge coming into the program. Each student learns at their own speed, and we have small class sizes, so each person gets individualized attention from their instructors. Once a person has applied and become accepted, there's a question about where they're going to live and how are they going to pay for it. So scholarships is very important to us. We have a student aid officer who helps students with federal student aid. Veterans are eligible to use their veterans benefits. And we have this year about $180,000 of scholarships that the school is awarding to individuals who apply. Once they've enrolled in the school, completed the application, then they can apply for scholarships. And we have a whole list of outside organizations who offer scholarships. We've had some students come with maybe 12 different scholarships that they've earned, and it pays for most of their tuition while they're here. Once they're here, sometimes the question is, well, how many people stay in the program? And really, a very high number stay in the program. Our graduation rates and our employment rates, the numbers who get jobs in using these skills after they leave the school, is very high. We're accredited by a national vocational school accreditor, and part of the requirement for us to stay accredited is to make sure we have healthy graduation rates and healthy placement rates for people getting into jobs as they leave. From a mission end, we're a nonprofit, and our job is to help people build a vocational path that helps bring them a job that they find rewarding and meaningful, and for which there's a lot of demand.
And you're doing an important job of making sure these trades don't disappear.
Marine trades are critical. They're historically important, and they're relevant now in our region. So this school is helping build the pipeline into those jobs and helping serve maritime businesses to have a qualified group of candidates to hire from.
You have applicants from all over the world, correct?
The student body at the Northwest School of Wooden Boat Building is national and international. Only about half our students come from Washington State. Each year, we have probably 15 different states represented and a few international students as well.
And a lot of them go back to where they originally were from to take up the trades, yes?
People come to the boat school from a lot of different areas and also with a lot of different goals. There's some who come who have the dream of going sailing around the world, and they want to have the skills to do that. They might hop on a boat after they graduate and start that journey. Some want to return to whatever place they came from and go back there and work with employers in that area. There's many people who fall in love with the Olympic Peninsula, where this school is, and the Pacific Northwest. And there's a lot of demand for these kinds of folks in this region. So some people come here from some other location and then decide they'd like to stay put.
So those of you that aren't familiar with this location. This is Jefferson County on the west side of Puget Sound, northwest of Seattle. And it's a beautiful community consisting of, what's this town here?
We're located on the south end of Port Townsend Bay.
Yeah. And north of here is Port Townsend.
And our town here is Port Hadlock.
Yep. And for those of you familiar with Tally-Ho Project or the Western Flyer Project, those were both done in the boatyard up in Port Townsend.
This will be offset.
Let's go down to systems and come back.
Okay.
At the Northwest School of Wood and Boat Building, the organization was founded in 1981 in the boatyard by some boat builders, shipbuilders who wanted to make sure that the trades aren't lost and the skills are passed along to other generations. And so we've had several generations of students. Over 1,700 students have graduated from the school. And in 2018, we added a new marine systems program to complement the boat building program. And this program, students learn how to work on engines, outboard engines, diesel engines, how to work on marine electrical, marine plumbing. And right now, they're working on learning about heating systems, HVAC systems. This program, like boat building, is very hands-on. There's theory and there's a chance to practice. So we can head into the shops now. And so we have the lectures up here, and then people have their workstations. And right now, people are working on
Marine wiring.
One of the things that's interesting is you learn how to do it this way, but then the shape of a boat's different. So we have the back here, we have the opportunity for people to learn how to build, how to install when you have the shape to deal with. And people, it's a big deal to learn how to put in your first through hull.
Yeah, and not drill through the hull.
Yeah. Right.
So do they also get hands-on in actual boats part of this program?
In some sections of the program they do, but this isn't a program to teach how to navigate a boat.
No, I mean like to install these systems in an actual boat.
Yeah, we don't have enough boats that we can get to the campus to do that for everybody.
Okay.
So there's some off-site work, but primarily it's here.
So here at the Marine Systems program, we teach most systems on the boat that are anything but the hull. So that requires electrical systems, plumbing systems, inboard engine systems, propulsion systems, steering controls, heating and air conditioning. What am I missing?
Corrosion, steering.
Corrosion.
Electronics.
We're going to be introducing higher power systems, so higher voltage systems. So getting introduced to battery management systems, inverters, hydraulics, everything
Solar panels
to make the boat work.
Yeah.
So I like to think of, I boil it down to electrical and plumbing, because the electrical skills transfer into most engines, troubleshooting, all that kind of stuff. So
How does the program integrate theory and hands-on?
It's we like to really we like to have our students come out with a really solid foundation. So we have a lot of lectures, a lot of theory, but we back all of that up with a lot of hands-on projects. So we have usually a mock-up project for every module we have in the course, so that they can put the theory into practice.
So unlike in like residential commercial type trades, people specialize in electrical and plumbing and HVAC. In Marines, is it like somebody has all those skills typically and focuses on all those skills?
Yeah. Well, in my experience, and I think a lot of people's experience is that working around the boatyard, you get asked to do a whole lot of different things. Having a foundation of electrical skills, plumbing skills, just kind of gets you ready to hit the ground running when you're in the workforce, because you could be welding one day, you could be a plumber the next day, you could be an electrician the next.
Replacing a cutlass bearing the next
Yep,
day.
exactly.
Yeah.
So our students come out pretty well rounded after the program, and they come out with three ABYC certifications. So we do the ABYC electrical certification, the ABYC systems certification, and now the ABYC inboard engines certification.
Okay.
Thank you.
So can you generally say what opportunities or why would a young person look at,
From a technical standpoint, is that
Or-
your emphasis?
or why might somebody go into a job like this? Why might someone be interested?
Right. What would motivate somebody to be into this job?
Okay, sounds good. Well, when it comes to technology, you got to look at the maritime industry as being kind of very tradition. We have a lot of tradition. However, we are doing things pretty much in line with what's happening in the other side of the industry, other parts of the industries out there. For example, the automotive industry. We are doing electric propulsion. We are doing the new chemistry, battery chemistries. Our electronics surpass things that you get in vessels. I mean, in automobiles, but what we have on vessels are, very superior, I think, to what happens in cars in terms of navigation and all that type of stuff. So that would be my answer.
Thank you. So we're here with Sean, one of the instructors, and tell us like first quarter, what would somebody be doing?
So in the first quarter, the students are coming in and learning all the basics. So they're going over hand tool use, power tool use, learning how to do lofting and drafting, and then are also starting to learn to build their first boat.
And so then they would pick a project after that to do?
Yeah, we have anywhere between 6 and a dozen different projects that they choose from. And then they put down kind of their preferential list of like first choice, second choice, third choice, and we try to get them onto a project that they really want to invest in while they're learning at the school.
So something like this vessel behind you, is that something somebody commissioned to have done and then the students would do?
Yep, this is a commission build on year 3, and we're hoping to launch it in the next 5 or 6 weeks. So
Okay, so
it'll be good.
it's a 1-year program,
Uh-huh.
and out of 1 year, the student should have enough skills to be able to step out into what level of competency, would you say?
Well, it varies on what they entered the school with. So, but the students are given the skills to enter the trade. And as they enter the trade, they'll be taking the path that their level is at. So it could be anything from, basically the boat school has taken the position of modern day apprenticeship now. So they leave as entry level boat builders going into the yards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been an instructor here?
Since 2010.
And were you a graduate from?
I graduated 2004. Yep.
Okay. So you spent a few years out in the
I
shipwright?
followed boat projects kind of around. I started down in California working at Rutherford's Boat Shop in the Bay Area, and then I eventually ended up out in Maine at Brooklyn Boatyard, and then back in California again at Rutherford's, and then up here in 2010. Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything else you would like to comment on about what somebody would want to get into this? Do you think there's a lot of room for growth in this industry?
Well, yes. I mean, I would just say globally, and especially in the States, there's a huge demand for skilled trade and for skilled folks that can build things. So what we teach at the school, like the boats are the medium we use to teach it, but the skills they learn here, they can apply to so many other trades and so many other aspects of life. So it's excellent for that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Well, that'll just about do it from Northwest School of Wood and Boat Building in Port Haddock. So check it out, check out their website, and thank you guys for watching, and see you on the next one.